Even though Pooh Shiesty usually gets all the shine for being one of the wildest rappers out of Memphis, his childhood friend, Big30, deserves that same spotlight because this man's story runs deep. He's not just some rapper from the block. He's the heartbeat of the Chopper Gang, known in the streets as Big30, the demon of Memphis. Memphis has always been a raw city, a mix of struggle, talent, and danger. From 3-6 Mafia, 8 Ball and MJG, and Yo Gotti to Young Dolph, Moneybag Yo, and Key Glock, the city keeps breeding legends who turn pain into power. And Big30, he's the latest chapter in that story. One written in sweat, loyalty, and street scars. Behind the fame, there's always pain. Memphis artists rap what they live. Loss, survival, and ambition. For Big30 and Pooh Shiesty, those lyrics weren't made-up stories. They were reflections of life on the South Side. Before record labels, before the fame, they were two young hustlers chasing a way out, hungry, fearless, and moving through the same cold streets that built them. Before either of them touched a mic, their names already held weight. Alongside friends like Lil Hank and Chopper Wop, they formed Chopper Gang, a crew that made a name for itself by being bold, reckless, and ready for whatever came their way. In Memphis, their rep grew fast. People knew they weren't just another group trying to act tough, they were tough. Big30's wild energy wasn't new, it started young. He was kicked out of school after school for causing trouble, never wanted to sit quiet or play by the rules. Eventually, they sent him to an alternative program, but that didn't stop him from getting pulled back to the streets. Once he reconnected with Pooh Shiesty, who was walking the same dangerous road, everything turned up a notch, fast. The two were inseparable, running around Memphis with confidence and chaos. Chopper Gang became one of the most talked about and most feared street crews in South Memphis. Big30's name spread quick, 30 representing his weapon of choice and his reputation as someone not to be messed with. Before long, Chopper Gang wasn't just a crew anymore. It was a whole movement shaking the city. But reality hits everyone at some point. Both Big30 and Pooh Shiesty saw where that path was heading, either a cell or a coffin. That's when they switched gears. Inspired by Chief Keef and Kodak Black, they started rapping about the life they knew too well. The grind, the danger, and the losses that came with it. Still, that rap money didn't come fast enough, so they kept hustling to survive, still tied to the same streets that gave them their start. In January 2018, Big30's wild lifestyle finally caught up to him, and it wasn't pretty. He got arrested for reckless endangerment and weapon possession alongside his friend Marcus Walker, and the story behind it sounded straight out of a movie. According to police reports, the two were accused of firing shots inside their own apartment building, with bullets tearing through 3 different units. Imagine how crazy that scene must have been. Neighbors ducking for cover, walls getting hit, chaos everywhere. Cops rushed in quick and took both of them into custody. One neighbor even told officers that bullets came just feet away from hitting them. That's how close it got. Even though a friend later claimed it was just an accident, that they weren't aiming at anyone, the damage was too serious for the police to let it slide. The charges stuck, and Big30 found himself locked up, learning the hard way that the streets always collect their debt. But Big30 didn't let that stop him. After spending a short time behind bars, he came out with a new focus, straight back to the music. That same year, he dropped Breaking News, his first official track featuring K Shiesty, Chopper T, and his brother-in-arms, Pooh Shiesty. The record went crazy locally. Everyone in Memphis was talking about it. Then came Hell Night and Chopper Talk, 2 tracks that pushed their sound way past the city limits and into the mainstream. Suddenly, Chopper Gang wasn't just street famous, they were becoming internet famous too. As the buzz grew, Big30 started connecting with bigger names like Block Boy JB, Moneybag Yo, and other heavy hitters from Memphis. Turns out, Big30's cousin already knew Moneybag from the hood, and that connection changed everything. Through that link, Big30 got introduced to CMG, Yo Gotti's label, and before long, he was officially signed under Moneybag Yo. That deal gave Big 30 real structure, management, distribution, and the right team around him. Meanwhile, Pooh Shiesty was making his own power moves, catching the attention of Gucci Mane, who signed him to 1017 Records in April 2020. With both artists now backed by powerhouse labels, they took their game to another level. Each had their own lane, their own sounds, but they never stopped repping for Chopper Gang. Every win one of them scored made the other one shine even brighter, but just as fast as fame came rolling in, the streets came right back knocking. In late 2020, Big 30 found himself in trouble again. This time down in Alabama, caught up on drug and weapon charges. It all went down around 4 a.m. on October 1st when Jefferson County narcotics officers pulled over a Ford Expedition rental cruising from Atlanta to Memphis. Inside the car were Big 30 and a man named L. Foster from Decatur, Georgia, and that traffic stop turned into a full-blown bust. When the cops searched the vehicle, they hit the jackpot. $17,000 in cash, a loaded Glock 40, bottles of promethazine with codeine, and bags of weed packaged for sale. That's not just bad luck, that's a setup for serious charges. While Foster caught a small possession case, Big 30 wasn't nearly as lucky. Because of his past charges and his known gang connections back in Tennessee, the feds didn't take it light. He got hit with felony possession of marijuana, drug paraphernalia, and unlawful firearm possession. Heavy stuff that could have derailed everything he built. He sat in jail for a few days, letting it all sink in, but the moment he got out, he reminded everyone exactly who he was. Big 30 dropped a first day out freestyle, turning that arrest into a statement. The track exploded online, racking up millions of views and sending a clear message. You can lock him up, but you can't slow him down. But when fame hits, friction always follows, and Big 30 learned that the hard way. In June 2020, he found himself in a short but fiery online clash with Gucci Mane, the same legend who had just signed his close friend Pooh Shiesty. It all started after Big 30 posted a picture on Instagram. Him, Gucci, and Shiesty chilling by a pool at a video shoot. His caption said, 375 1017. That post seemed harmless at first, just showing love and respect. Pooh Shiesty even commented, Big 3 CEOs. But then things took a wild turn. Out of nowhere, Gucci Mane jumped in and fired back publicly, writing, "Stop posting me. Dude, we met once." That response hit hard, and especially for Big 30, who grew up looking up to Gucci as one of the realest in the game. Big 30 didn't hold back either. He hopped back online, posted a video flexing a huge stack of cash, and dropped a message that had the whole internet talking. What type of dude gets mad cause somebody ain't signed to him? You lame as hell, boy. He didn't mention Gucci by name, but everybody knew who the message was for. The tension had officially gone public. For a minute, it looked like a full-blown fallout was brewing between Memphis's rising star and Atlanta's trap pioneer. But Gucci being Gucci, he cooled off quick. A few days later, he surprised everyone by posting a photo of Big 30 on his own Instagram with the caption, "I fuck with Big 30, I still want to sign him." Just like that, the smoke cleared. Whatever misunderstanding they had, it got squashed fast. Not long after, the two even linked up for the track Shit Crazy, proving that in the rap game, beef can flip to business in no time. That same wild year, Gucci Mane and Young Jeezy faced off in one of the most intense versus battles hip-hop has ever seen. It wasn't just another friendly matchup. This was the first time the two legends had stood on the same stage since their deadly feud from the mid-2000s. The energy that night was unreal. As the world watched, Gucci made headlines for one moment that froze the whole internet. While performing, he disrespected Jeezy's late associate, Pooh Lock, the same man who back in 2005 allegedly tried to rob Gucci and ended up getting shot and killed in self-defense. In front of millions of viewers, Gucci looked straight at Jeezy and said, "We smoking on Pooh Lock tonight." That line set the internet on fire. Memes, reactions, and shockwaves all across social media. People couldn't believe Gucci said it live on stage with Jeezy standing right there.
Smoking on Pooh Lock tonight.
I tell you what, this how we gonna do this.
Send some more, I'ma send them the same way. In a box back to you. Free kill. free kill.
I tell you what,
But that moment didn't just stay online. Pookie Lock's son took it personal, a real personal. He jumped on social media with threats aimed at Gucci and anyone connected to 1017, including Big 30. Suddenly, a moment meant for hip-hop history reignited old street tension, and everyone felt the heat.
Threat talking about y'all this and y'all that, man. All that. Jesus, Gucci, man. Who rocking with them? Bitch on Stag Game, this up. This up.
He even claimed he would snatch Big 30's chain and rob him at his next show.
On Stag Game, CTE, 1017. Hey, matter of fact, catch me at Big 30 tonight. I'm snatching him out of stage, myself personally. Hey, you talking about? Snatch him out of stage, myself personally.
Nobody really understood why Pookie Lock's son came at Big 30 that hard. It didn't even make sense. After all, it was Pooh Shiesty, not Big 30, who was officially signed to 1017. But when emotions run high, logic goes out the window and things can get real messy fast. Still, Big 30 didn't let it slide. He saw those threats and decided to respond his own way. Straight from the heart, but with that same street energy. He reposted the video and dropped a cold, unsettling caption that had everyone talking. I promise I'ma answer your prayers. He ain't gonna miss daddy no more. And that message sent chills through social media. It showed just how personal things were getting legacy. This wasn't rap beef anymore. It was emotional, generational tension spilling out for the world to see. And from that point on, everyone knew the drama surrounding Chopper Gang wasn't just about music. It was about legacy, loyalty, and revenge. But that wasn't the only smoke Big 30 had to face. The streets kept testing him nonstop. Around that same time, another storm was brewing between him and fellow Memphis rapper Finesse 2 Times, and this one got heated fast. The tension didn't come out of nowhere. It had been simmering for a minute. According to Finesse 2 Times, he and Pooh Shiesty were actually cool at first, but over time things changed. Finesse claimed Shiesty started moving funny, acting different once the fame kicked in. Before long, those friendly vibes turned cold, and both started throwing subliminal disses online. That's when Big 30 stepped in and turned up the pressure. He dropped a snippet on Instagram that shocked everyone, where he dissed Finesse's late friend Lil Marcus. In the preview, he rapped, I might go out like Tony, but won't go out like Lil Mark. That line hit deep, and the internet blew up instantly. Finesse 2 Times didn't take it lightly. He jumped on his IG story furious and fired back with threats, saying that if he ever ran into Big 30, he was aiming for the kill shot. It was clear that this wasn't just rap talk anymore. Real tension was in the air. But before anything could go down, fate stepped in. Finesse 2 Times ended up getting sentenced to 5 years in prison for a weapons charge connected to a 2017 nightclub shooting in Arkansas. The streets went quiet after that, at least for a while, but everyone knew once he got out, that energy might come right back.
25-year-old Memphis-based rapper Ricky Hampton is in custody in connection to a nightclub shooting that left 28 people injured.
So, yeah, Big 30 might have dodged a bullet with that situation, but not because he was scared or ducking the smoke. Nah, it was just timing. By then, most of the original Chopper Gang members were already behind bars, and the streets were way too hot to make any reckless moves. Pooh Shiesty, his day one partner, was locked up and facing serious charges tied to 2 different shootings in Florida. The whole thing had the city talking, fans worried, blogs running wild, and the feds watching close. Every new headline made it clear that the situation wasn't looking good at all. For Big 30, that meant carrying the weight of the crew while trying to stay out of the same kind of trouble. He had to balance fame, loyalty, and street pressure, a mix that could explode at any second.
New at 6, Lontrell Williams, also known as rapper Pooh Shiesty, will remain in jail for now. Williams was arrested for an incident at a South Florida gentleman's club where he's accused of shooting a security guard.
Meanwhile, things kept getting darker for Chopper Gang. Co-founder Lil Hank got hit with a serious charge, attempted murder. According to police reports, he allegedly shot up a red Infiniti, thinking it belonged to one of his ops, but it turned out to be the wrong person. The victim survived the attack but was left paralyzed for life. What made it worse, Lil Hank was already out on bond for another attempted murder case. In that one, he was reportedly caught on camera carjacking a man who was just cleaning a parking lot. That footage became key evidence, and now he's facing major time behind bars. The streets might have made him famous, but they were also closing in fast. With most of the Chopper gang either locked up or fighting cases, Big 30 became the last man really holding it down for the team. But don't get it twisted. He wasn't laying low or playing it safe. Instead, he kept stirring the pot and making noise in the industry. Recently, Big 30 dropped a track that had everybody talking. A diss aimed straight at rap legend Young Jeezy. On his song Mr., Big 30 took a shot at how Jeezy handled himself during the Versus battle, rapping, "Told me to my face I couldn't believe it. No, I don't play. One to the face, he must thought I was Jeezy." Calling out a legend like Jeezy takes guts, but Big 30's never been one to back down from controversy, and he didn't stop there. He also threw shade at Crunchy Black from 3-6 Mafia after Crunchy spoke on Pooh Shiesty's case in an interview with Dirty Glove Bastard. Big 30 made it clear, if you talk about Chopper Gang, he's gonna respond loud and direct.
Pooh Shiesty, look at this. He just got in the game. He already jumping out the car, robbing and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
Yeah, and whatever. But that was that. We saw that, you know. Legend my ass. But Pooh Shiesty, that's my young, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, he did it. It was him, you know. Hey.
Crunchy Black stirred up a storm when he said Pooh Shiesty was out here robbing people on camera, referencing that Bay Harbor Islands case, and Big 30 wasn't about to let that slide. He jumped straight into the comments with a sharp clapback that showed just how protective he is over his brother. Big 30 fired off saying, "True definition of lips just moving with no sound coming out, conversation got no meaning, you on dope or what?" That line hit hard. He basically told Crunchy to mind his business and stay out of what he doesn't know. Even though Crunchy Black is a Memphis legend, Big 30 made it clear. Nobody gets a pass when it comes to disrespecting Pooh Shiesty, especially while he's still fighting for his freedom. And honestly, he wasn't wrong. When someone's in the middle of an open case, it's best to keep your mouth shut and let the courts do their thing. Still, through all the drama, the arrests, the beefs, and the non-stop headlines, Big 30 keeps standing tall. He's one of the last original members of Chopper Gang, still free, still grinding, and still pushing music with that same raw, unfiltered Memphis energy that fans love. That's what makes Big 30 special. He's real, unpredictable, and fearless. But that same fire that fuels him can also burn everything down if he's not careful. If he manages to stay focused, dodge the traps that took down his homies, and move smart, he's got everything it takes to become one of the biggest names in Southern rap. At the end of the day, that's the tightrope every Memphis rapper walks, staying true to the streets while trying to rise above them. Whether Big 30 finds peace or more chaos next, only time will tell.